I'm Natalie and welcome to my channel. Today all you need is your yoga mat and we're going to do a chest stretch. To get started, we're just going to ground ourselves with a deep breath together, so feel free to close your eyes. Take a deep inhale with your nose and exhale with your mouth. The first position is a crossover stretch, and you're going to grab your shoulder and pull it forward with your arm straight in front of you. It's important to stay nice and tall in these positions, so if you feel uncomfortable in any way, feel free to place a pillow under your butt just to get comfortable. Now you're going to take your final deep breaths in this position, really pulling your arm forward. And on the exhale, you're going to release the stretch, and with the same arm that was in front of you, bring it over your head, grab the elbow, and give your body a gentle pull to the side. You're going to feel the chest, the shoulder, and the tricep open up. Try not to lean forward and keep your body upright as you breathe in the stretch. Take your final deep breath in this position. Release the arm and start with your crossover with the other arm, grabbing the shoulder and giving it a gentle pull forward. Keep breathing in the stretch. The body stays upright. Feel free to close your eyes as you take your final deep breath here. And on the exhale, you're going to release your arm, and with the same arm, bring it over your head, grabbing the elbow and giving it a gentle pull. Lean to the side. Try not to bend forward, keeping the body nice and tall as you bend to the side, and keep breathing. Take your final deep breath in this position, inhaling with your nose, and release with a deep exhale through the mouth, bringing yourself back to center. Now you're going to place your hands behind your back. You don't have to move here, I just want to show you. And start walking back, puffing the chest up, leaning the head back, and trying to squeeze the back together. So the back of your shoulders, the upper back, just give it a big squeeze as you puff the chest, and feel free to walk back if you can go a little further in this stretch here. Breathing in this big stretch, let the head fall back, and just connect with your breath. Feel free to close your eyes, focused on expanding that chest. And slowly walk yourself back up. In a seated position now, you're going to interlock your fingers behind you. So make sure you're sitting nice and tall. Roll the shoulders back as far as you can, keeping that squeeze, and lift the arms as high as you can behind you. Keeping the chest expanded, keeping a focus on your breathing, and simply keeping an eye on how high you can bring your arms behind you as you feel the stretch. We're going to rotate forward now, bringing the arms up even more. If you feel any pain or pinching in the shoulder, just remain in our original position. As you lean forward and bring the arms up, you'll feel that stretch a little deeper in the shoulders. We're going to return, again, going back into our chest expansion, supporting our body with our arms behind us, leaning the head back and breathing in this position. Just one more time quickly. Slowly walk yourself back up and make your way into the middle of your mat. You're going to stay in a seated position, sitting nice and tall, and leaning your body weight on one side of your mat. I'm going to place my forearm on the ground, but if you can't do so, feel free to place your hand. Reach as far as you can to the side, keeping the body upright, focused on feeling that pull in your shoulder and your chest. Feel free to close your eyes as you deepen your breaths here. You're going to return back to center, lean your body weight on the other side of your mat, and give yourself a big side reach, keeping the chest up, the body upright, and breathing in this stretch. Take one more deep breath in this position, inhaling with your nose. And exhale, you're going to return to each side one more time. Big side reach, so you can go a little deeper, the stretch. Play around with your supporting arm if you can make your way down on your forearm. Take your final breath. Exhale and switch sides, seeing how far you can go. Big side reach. Take your final deep breath here, inhaling with your nose. And exhale, returning to center. We're going to interlock our fingers, place the hands behind your head, lean the head back, and try to expand the chest again, trying to bring the elbows together behind you. Obviously, this is very difficult to do, but just focused on keeping that whole upper body as open as possible. Leaning back a little bit, puffing the chest up. Bringing your hands back down. And now you're going to gently make your way for a child's pose. Bringing your big toes together, your knees are opened up, sitting on those legs. We're going to walk our arms as far as we can, with the forehead supported on the ground. And the big focus today is seeing how far you can reach those arms, keeping the forearm flat on the ground, and resting your forehead comfortably. So feel free to walk your fingers, play around with them, until you find your position where you're laying flat, stretched as far as you can. Take a couple more deep breaths here. Feel free to close your eyes as you try to let your body relax. On your last breath, we're going to bring the hips up in the air, close the knees, and really focus on the upper body part of this stretch. So your hips stay in the air, you're kneeling, and focus on how far you can reach those arms. Feeling the pull in your shoulders, the chest a little bit more. Feeling like your belly button is getting pulled down to the ground. Let your back have that natural curve to it. We're going to make our way up and walk to the right now as far as we can. So shimmy your arms out, making sure the forearms are still supported. But now feeling a stretch on the left side of your chest and shoulders a little bit more today. One more deep breath on the right side. And when you're ready, exhale and walk your way over to the left as far as you can. Resting the forehead, the forearms down on the floor. Keeping those hips up and feeling the stretch deeper on the right side now. Keep breathing in this big stretch here, taking your final deep exhale. When you're doing so, walking back to center and making your way all the way down on your stomach. For this position, we're going to make sure our hands are right under our shoulders. One arm will be fully extended, and you're going to push yourself up with your hand under your shoulder. The arm that's straight is going to be feeling a big stretch in the chest. Your job is to see how far off the ground you can go. I don't want your body twisting too far, and just focus on that pec, the chest of the arm that's elongated. Taking one more breath, switch sides, fully extend the other arm and gently push yourself up, nice and slow, for the other chest stretch. Seeing how high your body can rise as you feel the pull. Keep breathing in this position, inhaling with your nose and exhaling with your mouth. You're going to make your way back down, and we're going to do this position one more time on each side. Fully extending the arm, pushing yourself up with the hand under the shoulder. One more deep breath here, release, switch, fully extend the arm, and push yourself up. Keeping the breath in an even pace, seeing how high you're pushing yourself up in this position, and slowly return back to center. Bringing your hands underneath the shoulders and pushing yourself up off the ground for a seated position. I'm going to stay in a kneeling position for comfort, and it's totally up to you if you want to sit with your legs crossed here. The first thing you're going to be doing is having your hands on your shoulders and squeezing the back together and extending the chest again. Focused on the breath, focused on the squeeze. Feel free to move your elbows up and down to give it a little bit of movement as we reset here. Stretch your arms over your head with an interlocked finger, pushing the palms away from you, and lean back in this position. Again, bring the head up with the body, seeing how far you can lean back as you breathe. Take your final deep breath, releasing the stretch, making your way back down, and that is the end of our practice. Thanks for following along. I'll see you again next week.